Let's begin RTI packet number 5. RTI packet number 5 is going to be due on February 2nd, and the quiz will be on February the 3rd. So this is going to be Monday, February the 2nd, and Tuesday, February the 3rd. We'll start with Skill 36, writing fractions as percents. To express a fraction as a percent, first set up a proportion. We've been doing this but a little bit differently, but I want to use proportions now to help us with some skills we're going to do soon. So then solve the proportion using cross products. Alright, so if we have 13 over 20 and we want to express it as a percent, we're going to set that up as 13 over 20 equals x over 100, or k here. I don't like k, but they use k. In order to make 2100, we have to multiply by 5. So we would multiply 13 by 5 and get 65. If we use cross products, we're going to multiply 13 times 100 and 20 times k. 1300 equals 20k. We're going to divide both sides by 20, and k equals 65. So 65 over 100 is going to be 65%. So let's take a look at some of the examples. Number 1 says express each shaded section as a fraction and as a percent. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is going to be my denominator, and shaded are 2. And then I'm going to set it up as x over 100. And then I'm going to cross multiply. So 2 times 100 equals 5x. 200 equals 5x. Divide by 5. And 200 divided by 5 is going to be 40. So 40 equals x. So if it's 40 over 100 equals 40%. So number 2, we have 4 sections. We have 3 shaded. And we should know right away that 3 over 4 is 75%. I mean, that's just something that you should already know. So let's go ahead and set it up and check it. So 3 over 4 equals x over 100. 300 equals 4x. Divide by 4. 300 divided by 4 is 75. So 75 over 100, because we said x is 75, so it's 75%. So here's our fraction, and here's our percent, and here's our fraction, and here's our percent. So for the next one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts, and 3 of them are shaded. Well, we should know that 3/10 is 30%, but we're going to work it out anyway. 3/10 equals x over 100. 300 equals 10x. Divide both sides by 10 because we're just solving equations. I told you we are not going to get away from solving equations. 300 divided by 10 is 30. So if x equals 30, then we've got 30 over 100, and that becomes 30%. So 30%, 3/10. I want you to take some time, and I want you to work problems 4, 5, and 6, and then once you finish those 3 problems, come back and we'll work a few more problems together before I give you the homework. Alright, now that you've had time to work problems 4, 5, and 6, just bring those with you to class on the due date for this packet and we'll go through them together. Let's take a look down at the bottom. These are no different than the ones we just did, except that we don't have to figure out the fraction. They're giving it to us. So 17 over 100, well, do we really need to set that up with a cross product? Because if it's over 100 already, we know it's just 17%. 4/5, that's one we should know. We should know it's 80%, but let's go ahead and set it up. X over 100. 400 equals 5x. Divide by 5, and x equals 80. So we have 80 over 100 equals 80%. Let's take a look at number 19. 19 says 12 over 5, x over 100. 12 times 100 is 1200 equals 5x. We're going to divide by 5, and 1200 divided by 5. We can work that out to the side if we're not sure. We'll take our 1200 over here and our 5 here. 5 goes into 12 2 times. 5 goes into 20 4 times. Pull down that 0. 5 goes into 0 0 times. So we get x equals 240. So 240 over 100, so we get 240%. Now we should have known this one was going to be over 100% because our numerator was bigger than our denominator. So let's look at 21. Should it be greater than 100%? Go ahead and work out number 21. And when you're finished, you can go ahead and turn the page to 72, and I'll tell you what your homework's going to be. Okay, we're on Skill 36, page 72, and these are the problems I want you to work. Now, don't start working them until we're done because I'm going to help you with one of them. So 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 32, 37, 43, 44, and 53. Now let's go back up and look at number 23 together. So it says use a 10 by 10 grid to shade the amount stated in each fraction, then express each fraction as a percent. So if it's 10 by 10, we know that there are 100 squares here. 1/10 of 100, we need to figure that out to figure our percent. So we're going to take x over 100. So we get 100 equals 10x. We're going to divide by 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10, so x equals 10. So that means that we need to shade 10 of these little boxes. You can shade any 10 you want, doesn't matter. And then our answer in percent is 10%. So you're going to go ahead and do 24 and 25 on your own, and then the problems that we circled underneath. When you're finished, if you feel comfortable and don't have any questions, you can move to Skill 37.